So it's just another lead up to what have I been doing? Why haven't I been making videos? And where have I been? So stay tuned. We've got a lot coming. What is up, my friends? All right, so I've gotten a little bit off track because of various things in life. What is up, my peeps? Hello and good day to you. A lot of people don't know, but my day job is driving an ambulance, and as much as I would love to do photography all the time, it's just not something that I'm really prepared to do all the time. I do have this urge to serve my community. All right, so it's been a while since I've been online here, and what's up, my peeps? Good afternoon to you, evening, daytime, morning, whatever it is to you, good day to you. Been a while. I haven't been on here for a bit. I've actually recorded several videos kind of saying the same thing. Hey, it's been a while, and then something happens. And all right, so I've literally tried making this video 4 or 5 times now over the last good month, I would say. Always with the intent to start my YouTube channel back the way I want it to, and then life tends to get in the way. And so I'm trying one more time. I'll put some bloopers up of me also recording this same video about what is going on in my life. Where have I been? What are my plans going forward with this channel? And what are my plans in life? And to put it bluntly, my wife and I moved across the United States to kind of start over and do a bunch of different things. And one of those things was this YouTube channel. I really wanted to share my photography, and I wanted to share my knowledge in photography, my fun with photography, and my life, my lifestyle, not just photography, but things I'm doing and whatnot. So besides this channel, I also started a channel with my wife, travel vlog type of channel, and that was going well as well. We moved, and I was doing a lot with this channel, a lot with the other channels, and a lot of exploring and stuff like that. Had some different things happen, some not go as planned. I don't want to say bad things, that's not necessarily the truth, but definitely things didn't go as planned. And because of that, I slack off on this channel. And hopefully the road noise isn't so bad here. I do like to record in my truck because it's like one time that I have downtime. So what have I been doing since I haven't been making videos? Because there hasn't been a video for quite some time. I took a day job. My son started working at a company. I won't name the companies, but it's an ambulance company in Florida. He was doing really good. Wife also ended up going to work for this ambulance company. One thing led to another. We had some stuff come up, financial stuff and different things, where it didn't make sense for me to not go put in my 40 hours a week, which it's actually been far more than that. And so I went to work for the ambulance company because the opportunity was there. It was easy to take, and so I did. Now, the downside to that is they will work you to the bone. They'll work you nonstop if you let them. And financially, it's not most sound decision to work all those hours. You think it would be, but it's just not. The pay for those jobs is not near what it should be for the type of industry that you're in. And I don't regret it. There is some satisfaction that you get by helping people. It's one of those jobs that can be very taxing mentally, a little bit physically, and pay doesn't match that. So today was payday, long story short, and my paycheck was a lot less than what I anticipated. I worked a whole bunch of overtime. I hoping to have a bunch of extra money so I could buy Christmas presents, and my wife's birthday is December 12th and my son's birthday is December 20th, and then obviously Christmas. So I thought, I'll put in a bunch of extra hours I worked. like, I don't know, 60 hours of overtime in a pay period or something like that, and 50, 60, somewhere there. And, the pay just, it really wasn't worth it. Now, I am used to making a lot more money running my own businesses, and it was just an eye-opener. Like, I've gotten paid, like 4 times since working at this company, or 5 times, somewhere there, and the pay is never really matched up to what I'm used to. This week was kind of the clincher, because after taxes and insurance and everything else that gets taken out, those extra hours that you work don't monetize as well as you think that they would. And what it did mostly was rob me of time that I could going out doing photography, going out and perfecting my skill. You're never perfect, but if you could practice, you're only going to get better. That's just the nature of life. Practice makes perfect. So I'm going to taper back on work. I'm going to get back into the saddle of photography, and I want to encourage all the people out there that have watched me for any sort of inspiration, or to see me fall, whichever category you fall in. I fell by taking this job, and it robbed me of my passion, and it didn't line my pockets accordingly. I could do just a few photo gigs and make more money than working 40 to 60 hour weeks. And if you're out there to pursue your passion, whatever that passion may be, but in my case it's photography, don't put it on the back seat. I have literally done that over and over and over again in my life, thinking that later on I'll be able to make something happen. And the problem is there's not always a later on. In the back of your brain, you're like, I could do this tomorrow, or I could do this next week, or if I just really hard for the next 6 months, I could follow my dream life. If you keep putting it on hold, it's perpetually never going to happen. It's just going to be one of those things that you wish that you would have done sooner.
I want to let everybody know that I'm back. I'm not going to quit my dreams and aspirations, the things that I love. So many times and points in our life, and we end up quitting right before things get good. And I've even seen a lot of YouTubers quit when things are going really good due to pressure from trying to do better and better and better videos. For me, it's just a matter of, I just want to be able to have the time to do the videos, and I want to be able to produce quality content that people are interested in. Conveniently let life get in the way. And I've done that throughout my life, lots of different situations where I'll put photography on the back burner. And I think if I was going to give anybody my 2 cents, my advice is, don't stop. It's not like riding a bicycle. There is something about doing it on a regular basis that makes you better and better, and so get out there, and even if it's just with your iPhone or your point and shoot camera or your pro setup, whatever it may be, get out there and do some photography. I'm watching, there's an osprey right here that has got a fish in its feet. Wow, that's cool.
I am off from work from my day job that I've recently picked up, and I am on my way to a side job that I'm doing. This side job has a little bit to do with photography, so I definitely thought I should include it into this mix. What am I doing? Where am I at? Did I stop doing photography? So on, etc. The short answer is no, I haven't stopped doing anything. I still been going out and doing photos when I can. I've been documenting life. I've been trying to keep my skills up to par, I guess. But having said all that, I'm still doing other things, and I'm trying to keep those other things somewhat involved in and around the photography game. So today I am off to go model. I'm going to be on the other side of the camera. I'm going to go model for a clothing company. I will put their link up here. I don't know when my modeling stuff will be out there, if it ever will be. I'm hoping to meet some contacts and maybe do some photography for this company sometime. They're actually, I just found out, local to where I moved, which is Jacksonville, Florida. But I've actually heard of this brand before I ever moved here. It was just a coincidence that I'm getting this opportunity, and I answered something on Facebook, and so they said, hey, you got a cool look, would you like to model for us, so on, etc. We're launching some new clothing, whatever. So I'm like, I'm usually on the other side of things, so yeah, I would love to. Never thought I'd be doing any sort of modeling thing. I think they want kind of a rugged, mature guy that maybe has a past. You know, a lot of times in photography and video stuff, there's kind of a story involved. The lines on my face must tell a story. I don't know. So I'm off to do that. I'm actually gonna be there in about 20 minutes. They're shooting at a park. It's the same as what I would shoot, you know, like a model, and pick a location that will help tell the story, whatever story I'm trying to unfold. So it's going to be really interesting to work with other people and see how they work. I don't know for sure, I think it's actually a video that they're making. I don't know if there'll be any still life, and so hopefully I could make some connections, maybe do some projects for them with my photography. I'm hoping to get the opportunity to at least rub elbows with some other photographers and maybe shoot with them in the future, or do some projects together, or whatever. It may go to nothing, you know. I may go there and get a couple of cool pieces of clothing, and I'll never hear or see this production company again, or even deal with the clothing company again. You know, it's really hard to say what to expect here. But if you don't take chances, if you don't put yourself out there, I think that you're doing yourself a disservice. You know, put yourself into a box, but nobody can see in that box. Nobody's going to know what you're capable of. So if you get out of the box just a little bit, and if you, you know, take some risks, some calculated risks, who knows, maybe something great will come of it. I think these videos I'm making right now are going to be a little sporadic. I apologize for that. I do want to start getting to the meat and potatoes of things, and showing you guys the struggle of being a professional photographer and being broad in your scope of things, because it does make things a longer road. I think I will have better skills than a lot of people, because I do this, and I have been doing photography for so long, that broadening my horizons will be good. Having said that, in the beginning, if you're just starting out, maybe narrow your focus just a little bit. I don't want to say niche. I don't think you should niche down right away. I think you should try everything, but you know, focus on things a little bit more so you can get really good at those things, and then start broadening out. But don't niche down to where you never see what you're capable of in other areas, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going over a bridge right now, so it's probably loud. I apologize. Moving across the United States to a whole nother type of environment has been very interesting. It's been almost a year now. In a week from now, it'll be a year that I moved, and things have not moved as fast as I wanted in the photography world, for various reasons, and I'm not going to make excuses. It's just, it is what it is. That's life. But there is lots of opportunities if you find them. Today, this is an opportunity. Even though I am not taking photos myself, I brought all my gear with me. Extend my services if they need that, and if they don't need it, no big deal. After I'm done, I'm going to go and shoot a couple things, but there's not really much money or anything in it. It's really to try and get some connections. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you gotta volunteer for things, or sometimes you have to, offer your services for either nothing or next to nothing just to get discovered. You gotta be careful with that because people will take advantage of you, and that's not necessarily the best thing in the world to do. But if you don't have money to advertise yourself and you don't know people in the area that you're at and stuff, then you got to take these chances, these risks. And I'm cool with it. It's one of those things that I think that, as in my case of being a photographer, you got to put yourself out there, even if you're not utilizing your specific skills. If other people are, maybe you're going to get some networking out of it. Maybe you will meet some new friends. Maybe you'll meet other models. I don't know if there's going to be other people there that you could shoot with later on. So those opportunities, you got to jump on when you can. Don't quit your day job for a free opportunity. This just happened to land on a day that I don't have to work. The cool thing is about my journey so far this year is I've been able to sustain okay life. So I'm not raking in the dough. I'm not, getting rich. I'm not in the poorhouse so much that, I don't have a roof over my head and I'm sacrificing everything. I am meeting people. I am making small steps forward. So I do think I'm making strides forward, and that's the important thing. It's so easy to give up on your dreams and aspirations that we tend to get nervous about being successful because of all the outside influences with the normal stresses of life. I think that because of those, when you are going out and taking risks, you start worrying about the other stuff, and it's easy to give up. It's easy to go, you know what, I'm just going to go clock into my 9-to-5 job and get buried in that, and I will pick up a camera later and I will do stuff when I get the chance. And then slowly but surely you don't do those things. I have been victim of that time and time again. I have literally made excuses why I can't do the simple things like go out and take pictures. You don't have to be a professional photographer. You don't have to get paid for every little gig, but you won't get paid for any gigs if you're not out there and keeping your skills up to par and networking and putting yourself out there, getting out of your box that you put yourself in. So I am continually trying to not fall into that pattern that I've fell into many times before, where I put my dreams and aspirations on hold. The thought that I couldn't do both. I can't work a day job and get good at photography, or if I spend too much doing photography, my day job is going to suffer, and I'll not have it anymore. I either running my own business that's not photography business, but in the past I ran several businesses, or clocking in for a job that you're working for somebody else. The results are the same. If that's your work, that's your day job, and it's not photography, the thoughts are always, oh man, I will get to photos later, and whatever. And I have lots of friends that are photographers that are amazing photographers that put it on the back burner over and over again, and they aren't making the strides forward that they want to, and I feel for them, and and I feel for you guys if you fall into that category. All I can say is don't stop. You always have time to pick up your camera and go take pictures somewhere. You're not working 24 hours a day. Now, you may sacrifice a little bit of time with your friends, your family, or sleep. You need to keep your skills up with a camera. Go find some still life, or go do some macro photography of stuff in your backyard, or keep a camera with you when you're going someplace. Cool street photography. You know what I'm saying? Take your gear with you and try to do it. I drive ambulance during the day, and when I got deployed here in Florida, for a hurricane, I took my camera with me, A, hoping to capture some hurricane footage. So B, also wanted to capture like the experience of it, you know, places I saw, so on and so forth. And then C, I thought maybe I'll get some aftermath. And I got a little bit of the aftermath, and I got a little bit of the experience of me doing it. If I wouldn't have brought my camera gear, all I'd have is stories to tell, and I couldn't tell the stories in photos. And yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. And until next time, explore more.